Hello everyone, welcome. It's Jess from Capella Wellness. I hope all of you are well. I hope you had a great weekend. If you're watching this right after the weekend, well, either way, I hope you had a great weekend. Anyway, we're here for the weekly reading. It's for the week of November 7th, 2022. So if you watch this and it's not around that time, it's 2 years later, you were meant to watch this video. But anyway, we're gonna get some messages. We're gonna get guidance to see how we're going to deal with this week and anything encouraging, anything inspirational that we need to know, because this is for your spiritual growth, as you always hear me say. I'm also gonna pull a Moonology card, all right? To see what this full moon total eclipse in Taurus is bringing us. It's the beaver moon. Don't get me started with I'll start saying some beaver jokes or whatever, because you know me. For those of you who know me, I have a warped, dirty sense of humor sometimes, but I like it that way. Anyway, let's see. What encouraging message do we have for the collective for this week, for the week of November 7th, 2022? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Do you want a card to come out? Do you want me to stop? Oh. See, right when I say that, they gave me this. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups, if you can see that, all right? This is beautiful. It's an ace. I felt something along the lines of this, and we have the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck, okay? I'm getting a couple things, as you know. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else who's watching this. Keep your unhealthy ego at the door. Make sure you're honest with yourself and your situation. Okay, so with this, there's healing that is going to be a focus for this week. The encouraging message that Holy Spirit wants you to know is that self-love is going to be very, very important at this time. For some of you, you may be dealing with battles and challenges. You could be fighting with people. Maybe people are coming at you from all directions, and you're going to be like, what the hell is going on? Okay. I don't know how to handle this. This Five of Wands is about whatever battles you're dealing with for this week. You need to maintain your center. It's remaining calm through the storm. No, that's not what I want to say. It's being calm during the storm. I think I said that. Anyway, whatever. It's it's kind of funny about the storm, because I just found out this morning from my father that South Florida is under a hurricane watch, and it happened overnight. It's insane. So I was kind of thinking that's symbolic for me, not only that we're going to have to prepare if it turns into a warning and it stays that way, but this is also kind of reminding me that through every storm that I've been through, I have been able to maintain my inner peace, remain centered. And this is also talking about you need to make sure that your happiness is intact, if that makes sense. This is the bliss card. It's the agape love is what I teach. Okay, no matter what is going on in your life, you are going to make sure that you have this flowing through you and out of you. This is the divine love. All right, this helps you be at peace. If you see the, usually in the Rider Waite, there's a dove. There's probably most likely a dove right there, but it's a really big one, okay? It's maintaining peace, all right? Love brings you peace. So this is really encouraging you for no matter what the hell is gonna go on, because apparently there's a lot that's gonna be happening. And you may be dealing with people this week who are just gonna make you angry, or you're just gonna want to pull your hair out or something like that. You're just gonna, I can't believe I'm dealing with this right now. But remember, this also means that this is part of your spiritual combat training. All the battles and challenges that you deal with in life, it's to help you to prepare yourself for the next bigger challenge, right? It's like when you're in the army, okay, before you're deployed or something, you've got to go through boot camp. You got to go through spiritual boot camp. You got to go through all these things to prepare for what's coming, because with the overflow of abundance that some of you are going to be receiving either this week or in the future or whatever this is, you have to roll with the punches. You have to be able to deal with all the difficulties and struggles in life, because life isn't easy, and it's raining on me again. I don't know what it is, guys, but lately when I'm recording my videos, it starts to rain on me, and it was just fine. Anyway, it is what it is. Abundance. Rain means abundance, an overflow of abundance. If you're wanting to be happier, if you're wanting to have all these things flood into your life, you're gonna have to deal with the difficulties, because nobody said that having this in life is easy. This also talks about having true love, the love of a lifetime. You're gonna have to deal with some battles and challenges to get this. God isn't just gonna plop this in your lap. He's not just gonna have that pour the cup over your head and say, hey, so-and-so, here's everything you could ever ask for. Here's your true love. Here's the love of a lifetime. Here's an overflow of abundance. Here's your happiness. Here's your bliss. You have to work for it, okay? And with these types of messages, a lot of people don't want to work for this. You have to have this flowing within you first in order to attract this type of abundance, this type of love. And again, it's dealing with self-love that is going to be of the most importance. And whoever you're dealing with, who is causing any altercation, there could be opposition, there's misunderstandings about stuff. You have to come from a place of love regardless, okay? Because here's the thing. When people are projecting things onto you, you have no idea what they're dealing with. You have no clue, the majority of you have no idea what battles and struggles they're dealing with. And sometimes people cannot maintain that center. They cannot stay in this type of peace. Their cup is running. Their cup runneth over with this love, with this agape love, with this happiness. Because when they don't have this within their lives, within themselves, whatever they're dealing with, they have a tendency to project it onto people. And that will cause opposition. It will cause arguments. It will cause altercations, like temperaments flaring, that type of thing. Be very careful with this full moon, okay? Because it could very well release a lot of pent-up anger for some. Or it's releasing these demons and it's causing people to kind of want to fight, or just like, the anger has to come out, something like that. There's like this, with this overflow here, it's like something needs to be poured out of them. This type of difficulty here, this strife, it has to be released so that more blessings come in, so more love can come in. When somebody's, this is also like self-sabotage, or somebody's like beating themselves up, and it's just like they have nowhere to turn to, and they don't love themselves. They don't see the value of this Ace of Cups energy. And you know, with that type of energy, with the beating themselves up, the self-sabotage, they're not full of this. Okay, that also ties into self-love. So you may be dealing with somebody who's going through battles and struggles, and they put it on you, but that's because they don't have this in their hearts. They're trying to find this. And it sends with everybody else too. If it's not somebody you're dealing with, it could be you as well, okay? Not being able to handle the challenges in life, the battles. But you are very capable because you have God within you. You just have to understand that it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you more resilient. It's going to help you to deal with whatever chaos ensues in your life. But at the end of the day, you always have the love of God. And for those of you who are dealing with this type of energy, chaos, the battles, the struggles, as I keep saying, don't think it's a punishment from God. Don't think that God doesn't love you, because this is agape. Again, this is divine love of God. It's unconditional love. You know, we screw up. We do things that are really of the highest order, of our highest good, right? We don't make choices based on our highest good. We're not aligned with our higher selves. Yeah, we're going to mess up, right? But that doesn't mean that God doesn't love us. It doesn't mean that we're not deserving of this type of love either. It's just getting into alignment with this Ace of Cups energy, okay? So this really is encouraging you guys to be in agape love this week, okay? No matter what gets thrown at you, all right? No matter who is trying to cause fights with you, no matter what you're going to be dealing with this week that causes you're just like in this strife and struggle and say, I just can't. But you can. And you have to remember, even if other people are coming at you and you're like, nobody loves me, like nobody's on my side, just remember that there are people who love you, and God, first and foremost, gives you that love all day, every day. And probably even these people too, because even though you can have these types of altercations with these individuals, or just like this constant, fighting with them, sometimes it doesn't really mean that they don't love you either. So somebody needs to hear that. There is another group of you where someone's going to pour their heart out to you. It's the initiation of this new beginning in love with this person, because they can't keep it in anymore. And I've been getting the energy for a while, if you've watched me, that the dam is being broken, all right? Because misunderstandings are going to be cleared up about what this love is. Somebody could have been in opposition to this love that they have for you because it was deep. These are profound emotions. It's a very deep love, but at the end of the day, it's the higher love. It's the agape. So somebody here that you're dealing with no longer has this misunderstanding as to what this love is. And I just said it was 11:11 on my clock when I said that. So because this person is no longer going to be hostile towards this, they're no longer going to be battling this love anymore. They're no longer going to be self-sabotaging. They're no longer going to be conflicted internally with what this love is. They're going to allow it to flow out of them. And this entails them pouring their heart out to you because they want this new beginning in love, because they know this is true love. You've loved them in a way that nobody else has. Because when you're able to love them, no matter what, they could have been arguing with you. They could have come at you, projecting their hurt, their difficulties onto you, right? But some of you, you saw behind that. You saw right through them. You know they were dealing with struggles. You know they were dealing with other things. They probably were stressing out because people were coming at them from all angles, and then you come in or something, and it's like, oh my gosh, another person too. And then because they're battling everybody else, by default, they end up trying to battle you. They end up trying to fight you off. When at the end of the day, you weren't the one who was supposed to be in the middle of this, right? You had nothing to do with what was going on in their life. Again, that's why I say you have to be careful, because everyone is dealing with battles and struggles you know nothing about. And a lot of people are not going to say that to your face, okay? Or some sort of message or email. They're not going to explain that to you because they're trying to handle it in a different way that is not really working for them. You got to let them handle that. However, this person's realizing that they can't fight this feeling anymore. I'm just getting the Rio Speedwagon song. If you see that song come up, it's confirmation of this reading. It's also a message to you guys telling you how that person feels, and they have a tremendous amount of love for you, and they can't fight it off. They can't. There's no more opposition here. But before, they didn't understand what this love was. Because, again, they never felt this love from you before. And now that they're coming to this understanding, they want to return it to you. They want to pour their heart out to you. They want to express their profound, deep emotions that they've had, because they're realizing they're not going to have this love with anybody else but you. They know that you're going to make them blissful and happy no matter what, okay? You're not going to judge them. You are not going to chastise them. You're not going to assume things, especially if all of a sudden they may come back and there might be a little bit of a pull there where they get angry or they get, belligerent or something, or they just want to fight you, right? But you're going to understand where they're coming from because you've already done that. So this person sees that within you, and they can't hold this love back because it's too much. The cup runneth over. That love for you that they had, there's no more room for it. So now it has to come out. Again, the dam being broken, it has to come out. And this is what they're going to be doing. They see this as the love of God. that comes from you. And they also see this within themselves. All right? We cannot pour from an empty cup. We cannot expect others to give us this agape love if we don't give it to ourselves first. You did it first, and that helped that person to do that for themselves. Self-love is key this week. No matter what happens, you keep yourself happy. You do the things that bring you joy, because the joy comes from within. You're the one who's supposed to maintain your inner peace, no matter what's going around you. It's what I have been doing, especially the past 2 months, which some of you know what I've been going through. It's been 5 of Wands. There's been a lot of chaos and one thing after another, right? But I had to make sure I maintained this. And that goes to show you that you can go through any struggle, any battle. Also, whatever you feel you cannot handle, you give that to God, because God can carry your burdens. He will be able to fight the fight that you are incapable of fighting. Those battles and challenges, it's like the story of David and Goliath. David had his slingshot, and he had the faith of God. He had the God confidence to beat Goliath. And everyone was like, David's crazy. I think if I'm not mistaken, Goliath never lost a battle. But all David needed was this. All David needed was God. He was calm, he was cool, he was collected. He knew God was on his side. And he just like, God is backing me up. He's with me. That was what beat him. Not necessarily the slingshot, but the rock in there, or whatever it was he was pelting over to Goliath's head or something. He had God. He had the love of God. He loved God so much that he knew he was going to be okay. And he knew God loved him just as much. He was anointed, right? So he was able to defeat Goliath. It's kind of like he didn't worry about that battle. He gave it to God, and God was like, you trust in me, you have faith in me, you love me as much as you do, and this is what I'm going to do for you. All right? There's nothing you cannot handle. But in other cases, the bigger struggles, the bigger battles that you come across, that you know it's going to take a lot of strength to get through, you ask God for that strength and you give it to him, and then everything will run smoothly. That's what I have learned to do. So there's just a lot of things with this ace. It's beautiful energy, but self-love is going to be very, very important this week. I cannot stress enough, guys, if you're dealing with a lot of opposition this week, healing. This type of struggle is helping you to heal too, right? It may not seem like it, but it is. But you've got to make sure that you find your peace and you continue to do what makes you happy. You continue to love yourself, no matter what anybody says to you, no matter what is going on in your life. You do you, okay? So they wanted me to show the top of the deck. It's the World card. All right. There's something coming to an end. For some of you, it is this person who's going to express their profound emotions for you. Again, the expression of emotions, like the outpouring of it. Because they understand what this love is now. There were a lot of misunderstandings as to what this connection was. And so they're now moving to a new beginning. They want a new chapter with you. They want a new life with you because they know that they can get this from you, this type of love all day, every day, like the way God loves. Some of you, you see your person the way God sees them. You get them like nobody else does. You love them like nobody else has ever loved them. That is the love of God. That is agape love. And when you can do that for somebody and everybody else in your life, you get more of this back in whatever forms. Okay, so there's something coming to an end. This person wants to close this chapter of just fighting this off, fighting you off, like this self-sabotage. I'm not deserving of this love. There's no way this exists. I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to stay away from it. No, this person, it's coming to an end with the World card. They're like, I can't. the love is too great for me to hold it in any longer. The others of you, whatever struggles you've been dealing with, that chapter is ending. You're moving to a next level of healing here. And next, more of to the next level of self-love. You're really going to start to understand that no matter what happens in your life, you're always going to be loved. You're always going to be happy. You're always going to be abundant. Because you understand that that is really of the utmost importance for you, to help you deal with everything else that happens in life. Because the struggles are never going to end. The challenges are never going to end. It's like, it's a leveling up. Like I said, every time you close out a major chapter in your life, you've completed a whole bunch of challenges and tests and all that stuff. It's the next level of healing. It's the next level of leveling up. And on top of that, you're going to be able to help others along the way through your experiences, because you're going through struggles and battles, guys, for a reason, because you're going to be examples to others on how to best deal with that, because it is possible. But the biggest thing here is you need to focus on self-care, self-love, making sure that no matter what happens, you keep yourself happy and at peace. No one, nothing can destroy your inner peace. Because again, whatever you're dealing with this week, or it could be an elevation of whatever struggles you're dealing with, it's preparing you for what's next. And if you are coming into this divine love here, this love of a lifetime, no matter what happens, that love's not going to be broken. Even if you guys go through more struggles together in your future, you're going to remain Ace of Cups, if that made sense. Makes sense. I don't know what I said there. But anyway, we're going to see what this full moon in Taurus is bringing you. It occurs tomorrow, because I'm recording this on the 7th. That is November 8th. For those of you who are my members, I am doing a full moon reading at like 9:30 at night. If you're not a member yet and you want to join in that reading, it's going to be awesome. I can feel it. You're going to get a lot of guidance, a lot of... Some of you might get warnings, okay? What was I going to say? Somebody's talking to me here. That's why I'm kind of like stopping talking. That reading is going to be epic. That's what they want me to say. So if you're not a member yet, by all means sign up. You can get the 14-day free trial and cancel it if you just want to sit in on the lives this week. I'm having 2 lives this week. I'm actually going to do one on 11/11. I just realized that there's a massive 11/11 portal that's happening on Friday. So I'm going to set up something for my members. If you're not a member, you can just buy the a seat to that meditation and session that I'm going to do. I'm also going to be doing a collective reading for that 11/11 portal. We're all going to join together to magnify our power so that we can really boost a lot of things that we're trying to manifest. It's like boosting the energies, boosting our vibration with that session. So that will be on Friday, November 11th. If you're interested, check the description box below for information on that. If you want to set up for a membership anyway to join in on those lives this week, by all means, you can go ahead and do so. It's going to be very, very beneficial and very helpful. And other people, you're going to get some other stuff from the people who are going to be sitting in those sessions too. So I highly recommend it. Anyway, I pulled the card for the full moon, and look, the answers you need are coming. The full moon in Gemini. This is about speaking your truth. It's like being in your truth, okay? I did talk about somebody expressing their emotions to you, so this full moon could very well be pushing this person to, it's releasing. It's like releasing on steroids, because this total eclipse with the full moon in Taurus, oh my God. It's going to cause some crazy things to happen. It could very well cause somebody that you're dealing with, that you have this profound love for, to push them to express their love to you because they can't hold it in anymore. The bottom of the deck is the blue moon. Look, see, believe in the impossible. All right. If you are watching this and you're the one who can't hold that love in for your person anymore, this full moon is really going to help you. You've got to believe in the impossible, because like I said, thinking this love is not possible, but it is. It is. Somebody who can love you that way does exist. Okay. So I'm going to read the full moon in Gemini to see what other messages we have. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this may come to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message, least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. Your word is your wand. You create magic in your own reality every time you express yourself. Have an important conversation, but stay calm. Don't be superficial. Someone is trying to flirt with you. Have you noticed? You need to laugh off the situation and just move on. Job applications have good prospects. The talk, and more talk as the emotional full moon moves into the communicative sign of Gemini. And again, this is a full moon card. It's like explosion of emotions and explosion of words. It's like somebody's just they're gonna come out and talk about how they feel. Hear them out. Just listen, okay? Because there's gonna be a lot of gab here, a lot of talking. This person's really going to it's all gonna flood out, okay? It's too easy to say too much, so mind how you go if you pull this card. This card can also indicate an enjoyable social event, since the full moon in Gemini is a great time for socializing. This card also augurs well for any study you're taking or considering. And we have the blue moon, guys. Drawing this card suggests you're about to get a rare chance, and that something one-off could well be about to happen. This card is a very positive sign if you felt like you're hoping for too much or asking for too much of the universe. Whatever you're asking about, well, it may only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. However, with this rare opportunity before you, it's important that you believe in it. If you convince yourself that whatever you're asking about can never go in your favor, then guess what? It won't go in your favor. Be grateful for this card, which is a reminder to believe in your dreams. This also talks about if you're dealing with someone who you love profoundly and you're having challenges and battles with them, or they're coming at you in a hostile manner, right? They get angry with you, whatever. It's like, it happens often. It's an ongoing thing. If you know deep in your heart, your intuition is telling you that this is true love, that this is your person, you need to believe in that. Because if you're dealing with your counterpart, that true love is not gonna come easy, and it's not gonna look in the way that you expect. You're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to deal with battles and challenges. You're gonna have to deal with the struggles in order for you to actually experience this love in the physical, okay? True love does not come easy. And you can't hurry it either, like the Phil Collins song talks about. Can't hurry love. You're just gonna have to wait, right? But you have to believe in this love if you want to experience this. But again, agape love is true love. It's unconditional. You will have to learn how to love these people that you're having these challenges with in that manner, if you want that to come back to you. Now, you could always have somebody who's not going to give you that love, but it's going to come to you from different people. It's going to come to you in different ways, like the abundance, the Ace of Cups, the overflow of abundance that comes for you. It's abundance in other ways, right? It doesn't necessarily have to come from that person. But when you come from a place of love, it keeps you centered. It brings you peace. Nobody really out there talks about that. One of the most gratifying things to have in life is to have an abundance of peace. There's no stress, there's no strife, there's no worry, there's no nothing. And you feel like you're on top of the world when you're at peace. So many people do not talk about an abundance of peace. This is what you really need to understand and believe that it is possible, but it's up to you to be able to stay calm through the storm, to hold your center even in the middle of a hurricane, even in the middle of a tornado, okay? That is your responsibility. Because if not, you're gonna get caught up in all the other bullshit that is going on around you. That is not what God wants. It's not what I want for you. So this is about believing that you are lucky. You will be lucky in love, but again, you have to do your part. Miss this chance and it might not come back anytime soon. What happened may only happen once. The person you're inquiring about is a rare find. What did I say? Somebody here is like, I've never felt this before. It's like a unicorn. I can't believe that this love actually exists, that this person can love me the way that they do. Please, if you're doubting this, you cannot doubt this anymore. Because if you think about it, oh God, I'm gonna cry. Somebody's crying right now. If God can love you in that way, which he always does for all of us, there is going to be someone on this planet who will give you that same love. You have to believe in that. Even if you've never experienced it before, it does not mean that it will not happen. But remember, you have to believe it. You have to wish it so. Because if you don't, then it won't happen. It won't manifest. True love does exist, but it's not easy to find. You've got to go through the gauntlet to get to the other side, to get to this, okay? If you can believe it, you can achieve it. The situation is unlikely to repeat. All right? This is possible. And God is the only one who makes things possible. And again, this is the love of God. It's agape, the highest form. But it starts when we love ourselves first. We allow us to feel this within ourselves. And that goes with, again, understanding that we're always loved and protected by God no matter what. Okay? So what's interesting, after the believe the impossible card, it's the new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. This is a new love. It's a new romantic cycle. This is kind of a romance card, but romance is Eros love. It is beneath agape. So many people think that the romance is it. That's the love that they want. It is not. It is absolutely not, because there's a higher level. It's the higher love. It's the unconditional one, that no matter what, whoever's doing what, you're going to love that person regardless. Okay? And again, for those of you who are doubting that somebody can love you with all your flaws, all your faults, all that stuff, even if they were treating you poorly and they were being hostile towards this love or whatever, you still love them anyway, believe that that's possible. Jesus Christ. This is emotional. When this person communicates this, it's going to be very emotional. There's going to be tears of joy flowing. This is also what this is. Okay? There's going to be... Holy shit. I'm already feeling it, because whoever's going to express this, it's going to make you cry, but it's going to be... It's like a sigh of relief. This person is going to feel relieved when they express this to you. You're going to feel relieved because you're going to be thinking, I'm not going crazy, but it's more of tears of joy because of what this person will say to you, because you've had that love the whole time for this individual. And now they're going to express that to you. And it's going to be like this. Both of you are going to be very emotional about it, okay? There are going to be tears of joy. And then the others of you, when it comes to healing, okay, believe that you will heal through whatever you're dealing with right now. It's very chaotic for you, for some of you, but you've got to continue your healing, all right? Again, this is going to make you stronger, and you're moving to a next level of healing, right? This is going to end. But no matter what else happens later in life, you're going to be able to better handle those battles and give whatever it is you need to give to God. Because at the top of the deck is a time for healing, right? You're going to be healing. When this person comes to express this, you're going to be healing together going forward. The healing never stops, guys. It never does until God pulls us back off this earth, okay? This is very important. We are never done healing. And you have to understand that. But again, you will get better at whatever life throws at you. People will look at you and say, how in the hell did so-and-so stay at peace, stay this strong, stay this happy in the midst of chaos? That is an incredible feat to achieve. And each one of you can do that. Again, it is possible, but it's only possible through God. That's it. No one else, nobody else. This is a God thing, because this is an ace. This is God's blessing to you. But you need to believe in that blessing. You need to believe that you can heal through those struggles. You can deal with those challenges in life. I know it all too well, and some of you know this. But this full moon, what it's bringing, it's going to be epic for a lot of us, okay? And there is something here that there's going to be an explosion of emotions. Again, full moons are about releasing, and the eclipse is putting it on steroids. It's going to be a lot. A lot's going to come toward you, and a lot of you are going to be releasing a lot of stuff too. It's going to be monumental. And if this involves crying for you, for purging, releasing, let that flow out of you, because it's making room for the bigger blessings in life. And the biggest blessing in life that God gives us is this true love. But it starts with us first, right? Because again, it's not going to come easy. All right, guys. As I said, I'm having the full moon reading tomorrow night, November 8th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love for those of you who are not members already to join me, because as I said, it's going to be an epic reading, okay? And it's going to help you deal with whatever it is that we're coming into. Because for those of us who are higher elevation, or our vibration is higher, we're going to see other people struggling through the difficulties that are coming with this eclipse stuff, okay? So we have to maintain our center, maintain our inner peace, and have that love for them and for us as we're seeing those people go through their struggles, because that's the only way that's going to help them get through what they're getting through. So yeah, and other stuff that's going to come in through that reading. I highly would recommend that you join us for that, and you meet some of the other amazing people who are there. And again, for Friday, the 11/11 portal stuff, I'm going to be doing another session for that too. I will set up something where you can purchase seats if you don't want to sign up for a membership and just be part of that leveling up, because there are some powerful people who are already in my circle, my Capella circle. You would really benefit by their energies, and all of us together, some of you already know who are already members of mine. When we get together, it's freaking insane with the power that augments when we are all together. And those of you who have never been in any of my members only live sessions, you could greatly benefit from that, because I am dealing with some incredibly powerful, amazing people, and I would love for you to meet them, and I would love for you to feel their energies. It's gonna be something that you've never experienced. So yeah, 11/11. I still don't know the time. It might be noon, and I know some of you work, but my guides want me to do it during the day and not at night this time around, because apparently something's happening in the evening. I don't know. But anyway, there's also, I don't know, because this there's a hurricane watch that we're under, so I'm just leaving it all up to God. So I just wanted to make that, I wanted to mention that to you guys, okay? All right, so I hope this helped you. I really, really hope it did. All right, again, this stuff is for your spiritual growth. It's for you leveling up here. It's not fortune telling. It's not trying to help give you all this hope when you're not doing any work, right? It doesn't work that way. So as usual, I'm very mission oriented, and I really, really do hope that this gave you some insight. It gave you some encouragement to deal with whatever it is you're facing this week, okay? And for those of you who are receiving this overflow of emotions, these messages speaking the truth, right, about how you feel, or this person, you're the recipient of this, just make sure you stay centered too, because it could very well hit you like a tidal wave because of what's coming through. You got to maintain your center too. There may also be other people, now that I'm hearing about it, who may be in opposition to this love, because this is going to be a new beginning for both of you. It could very well lead to engagement, to marriage. All right. And with that Five of Wands, people may be opposed to this. And this person may express all this stuff to you, which could lead to a completely different life with them. And other people, family, friends, could very well not be accepting of this. So if that is the case, you need to maintain your center, because you already know it's the Ace of Cups. God is blessing you with this. It's a God-ordained connection. It's a new beginning with your person, okay? So if that ends up happening when this person comes out to you and expresses their emotions, if you are having, if this is actually happening, this person's now able to tell you how they feel, you've already leveled up so much so that when the opposition for family, friends comes in, it's not going to faze you. It's not going to bother you whatsoever, okay? But I'm hearing it again. This is going to be epic. For some of us, it's going to be a very epic week, and it could last until the next week. It may not happen this week for some of you, but it could happen next week, because remember, time is fluid and energy is always changing. Because when I say this week's encouragement messages, it does not mean it's going to happen this week. Sometimes for some of us, it does happen this week, but don't get caught up in the timing of this, okay? This is happening at some time in your life, and it could be very well into the future if this is about new love coming in, okay? Like the love of a lifetime coming in. But again, you still have to believe in it, because if you don't, it won't happen. God's going to be like, okay, you don't believe me? You don't believe in this? Okay, then I'm not going to bring it to you. That's how it works. All right? So prepare. It's going to be some beautiful blessings coming in. Okay? It's amazing stuff. Overflow, overflow, overflow. It's an epic overflow, if that's a thing. Okay, guys. I need to get ready to do my zodiac readings, and I'm actually going to start with water for today. So expect the water signs to get their videos on Tuesday, the day of the full moon. All right? Okay, I love you guys with the love of Christ. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. If you have any questions about the 11/11 meeting session, meditation, power session, the memberships, my services, please let me know. I still have the full moon eclipse season reading, because this eclipse season energy is still going to push back like 6 months after it happens tomorrow. I have 30-minute readings that are like $77. 10-minute readings are $44. If there's something you need help with, do not hesitate. Do not worry about the money. I don't know why I'm saying this, but somebody needs to hear this, because God will always provide. If he sees you are doing something for your greater good, for your healing, for your evolution of the soul, for your spiritual growth, he will replenish whatever it is that you are giving out, okay? So have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the readings for this week. If I don't see you in the lives this week, hopefully I'll see you at some point. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.